Hello everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're just letting everybody in we've got 5 minutes to go to the webinar. So yeah, please get your coffee, tea, water, or whatever your favorite beverage is. And we will start in 5 minutes time. So 5 minutes time, we'll be back and then we'll begin the entire webinar. Thank you for waiting. Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Just reiterating that we will start in 3 minutes time. We'll wait for everybody to come into the webinar, give them a chance to sign in and all that kind of stuff. We will start in a couple of minutes of time.
Thank you, Ami.
Right, hello, welcome, whoever's joined us. Thank you for coming along. We'll just give a couple more minutes, grab your favorite beverage or drink, and yeah, we'll get started very, very shortly. All right, welcome everybody to the Donk Survey webinar, the brand new tool which is going to be part of the Titan family. It's funny, it's only one tool, but we've released so many more, and so many more are coming as well. So welcome along. Thank you for everybody joining us. Let's get started. So today we're joined by myself, Amit, and we've got Benny, one and only from Titan. Hey Benny, how are you?
Hey, Amit, you are the one and only, by the way. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You good? Everything is good from your side?
Everything is good.
Nice. So yeah, Benny, tell me more about this Titan survey. So the purpose of this tool was no configuration. Elaborate for me what that means.
Yeah, a few of our partners reach out in the last few months asking for a low code survey tool. And we decided to neglect the no code.
As we always do.
Yeah, the difference is really, really simple. With the no code, you need to know the object on Salesforce. You need to know the fields configuration, yada, yada, yada. It's sometimes it takes time to do the configuration. And we decided to give something outside the box, no config at all. So this survey tool is not only it's no code, obviously, it's no config. You install and that's it.
And that's the most exciting part about this. As we dive deeper into this webinar, we will unveil what actually no configuration means. But that's going to be the key to this entire webinar. I'd like to thank everybody joining us, taking time out of their lives to come and join the webinar, for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Yeah, it's 1 hour of time from everybody is a lot. So we hope we keep providing you these valuable tools, and in return, thank you for supporting us over the years and the months and much more.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so during this webinar, you can send us questions right throughout the entire webinar. You don't have to wait at the end. You can send them as we go along. Anything that you're curious about, anything you want to know right there, but you don't want to wait, please send us that in the chat, and then we will get to them right away and answer them for you. So yeah, throughout the webinar, just send us the questions and we'll answer them for you. That's how it's going to be. So on the agenda today, we're going to talk about web survey. We're going to talk about email survey. We're going to talk about survey dashboards. We're going to talk about different distribution methods where you can send your survey from Salesforce using those methods. We'll give you a lovely flow where you can write conditional logic. And then one and final piece is going to be how to get the tool, which is obviously, you got the tool, but where do I get it from? So we will answer that for you as well. So we're really excited. So let's get on with it. First thing I want to talk about here is the web survey. Benny, tell me more about this web survey. What is it used for?
Yeah, basically we created two types of survey tool, web survey and email survey. A web survey is like a web page. You get a link via email, via SMS, WhatsApp. You click, you open a web page, and then you see the survey. This is the web survey. This is the first one we're going to show, and then we will talk about the email survey.
Yeah, and this is really, really cool stuff. So let's not wait anymore. Let's just jump into the platform right away, and we'll show you some stuff. So here we are. We're in the Titan dashboards. On the left-hand side, you will see survey. You've got form, sign, web. If you already have Titan, then you're well familiar with that. So I'm going to open up an existing web survey we've got open here that we've configured for you in the webinar. And this is essentially what the tool looks like here. On the left-hand side are all your slides. On the right-hand side is your layout. And as you click start here, it will go through the different slides and where you've got different bunch of questions. Now, in order to add a slide, you can just click on plus, and then the slide is added. And obviously from there on, you can choose your question. I'll show you like an example here. Let's just go ahead and clone this one, and we'll play around with this. And you can put this on your website. You can send us a link. It's really up to you at the end of the day how you want to do it. So some of the attributes here, as I said, this is no code. This is the only thing you really have to configure, which is adding questions, adding multiple medias, etc. When you click on add questions, you've got multiple different data types available. Obviously, everything within Salesforce is also supported within Titan. That's been true throughout all different products that we have available. And Benny, I believe you can add one question, you can add multiple questions at the same time.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah, you can add like multiple at one go, different data types, really cool data type like the survey. It's like unique questions per survey, like rating, like scaling, yes and no. Everything is really, really slick. Everything in the Titan web is really slick. So also like the survey.
Yeah, and you've got even signature in there, which is awesome. Got lots of different. So once you insert, your questions are there onto the slide, and then so on, your survey builds up one by one. Now, obviously, with the web survey, once you've configured your questions, you might be like, well, okay, well, where do I configure the Salesforce side of things? And that's where we mean the no configuration part is you actually don't have to. Only thing you're responsible for is this, correct? You don't have to do anything else.
Yeah. No Salesforce configuration whatsoever, nothing. You will not find it, it's not there. Everything is done for you, and you cannot even change it.
Exactly. And your responsibility at the end of the day is just to do this. If I click publish, these are the different distribution methods. We'll go into them a little bit later, but for now, I will demonstrate for you how this works. So if I click next, I'm going to choose object. And in this object here, I'm going to choose contact. You can choose any object that you like. And who I'm going to send it to is just a single entity, which is Joe Blogs here. So what we'll do is we'll go back into there and choose contact ID and go next. At this point, you'll specify your condition. Here you can add as much criteria as you want. You can do and or. On the left-hand side are your Salesforce fields. On the right-hand side are your fields that you can enter more criteria to match those Salesforce fields. It's really, really slick UI. And from here on, for example, I'll say email must equals titan@formtitan.com. So that's my single criteria. I'll go next. These are your different avenues you can send. You can send it via email, you can send it via SMS, you can send it via WhatsApp. We'll go into this a little bit later into more details, how you can utilize it and which server is the best to utilize this with. So that's the method. These are the methods. And I want to talk about the content. So this is going to be your email content. So tell me more here, Benny. So we've got Salesforce templates as well as your own custom templates, correct?
Yeah, basically once the survey is ready, you want to send it nicely to your customers. So you can use an email template from Salesforce, or you can create a new one with our editor, and then we will create it for you on the Salesforce directly.
Yeah, and this is what the editor that we provide you. So here you can just put something like this, customer feedback survey. And here you've got all the fields of Salesforce coming in. So you can really, really customize and personalize it for somebody. So you can say, hey, and then you can just go ahead and insert the element like this and say, please fill out this survey. And then from here on, you can just insert your web survey URL. It's super easy. And this is all you have to do. And as I said, most of the times you'll have this pre-configured, so it doesn't matter as of now how you do it. Then you go next. This is where you get to test your email list. Chances are you may use list view, reports, or just a single entity. But from our side, we highly recommend you do a test before you actually go ahead and send this out to whoever you're sending it to, just to be on the double safe side. Or make sure you do your send test email, please. So once you've done that, you're confident who you're going to send it to. Here you can send it to your recipient. So this is going to be a result recipient or the owner. In this case, it's going to be me. And I can put something in the description here. Now you've got two options. So Benny, one, we've got scheduled date. And you made a great point about this scheduled date yesterday, that you can send it to a certain region in the world based on, whatever time zone that fits them best. So talk to me more about that.
Yeah, the main thing with survey, you want to have high response rate, basically. And if you're going to send it like during the night and someone come to work in the morning, they will have like 20 or 30 emails like in the inbox. they will lose it most likely. You want to send it in a specific date and time when you assume or you know that they're gonna respond it. Let's say before lunch or after lunch. It's like the best time. So you can send it with a scheduling system or just like send now.
Yeah, and that's the true power of the scheduled date here. You can do date, time, both, and send it when you want. For us, we'll just go ahead and send it for now and click to send. What this is going to do is going to do a few things. First of all, it's going to create a record in Salesforce for you automatically. That's going to be your survey ID. So think about survey ID as the parent, and then you've got the distribution, and then you've got all the child objects underneath. I'll show you in a second what it actually all means. But back over here in my email, I've received my survey. It's pretty fast. It comes to you, and a customer can click on the link, and off they go to click on that survey. So here we are. This is my web survey, and I can just go ahead and start to go ahead and provide feedback. So let's click start. Which department are you from? Again, you can bring this from Salesforce if you wish, or you can add your own. It's completely up to you how you do that. How's your current workspace? Again, choose excellent. What does your ideal workspace look like? Pick one here, please, Benny. Which one?
Choose the white one.
This one?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So let's go next. How many people are on your team? Start on the bottom left. You see you've got the percentage calculator, which is calculating, how far you are throughout the survey. It's really important to show that to somebody because people are impatient and they want to get this done with as quickly as possible. How satisfied? We'll give it a 10, and then go next. And then this is really, really cool because this is where you've got the ranking ability to adjust the ranking in the survey, and it will do it all automatically for you. You just have to specify the number, and it's all done for you. So once this is done, my final step, I will click submit. Benny, do you want to say anything before I click submit here?
No, we just want to start with showing you guys the user experience of the survey, and then we will show how to do the configuration. So as you can see, it's really, really slick. Nice layout, nice UI, very modern. By the way, it's also responsive by design.
Absolutely. So tablet, mobile, all that is supported. Now, this is it. And again, I want to come on to that point now. Well, what does it actually look like in Salesforce? What does it do in Salesforce? Exactly, if I'm not mapping anything. What it does in Salesforce, it creates the objects and records automatically for you. Once you install our package, everything that you see here is done for you. So we'll start off with the survey itself. This is the record that was created the moment I sent out that survey. Related to that is a distribution list, and the distribution list will hold, how many people the survey has gone out to, how many survey takers there are. So in my case, it's only one. So as you can see here, we've got the survey taker Joe Blogs, and this is the survey. And if you look at the related here, we've got tracking. So the tracking will tell you the story in terms of when the survey was sent and it was completed, all that kind of stuff. Then you've got question responses. So let's go back a little bit, and I can show you all of this here. So as you can see, the survey questions that we asked in the survey, all these records are created for you. You don't have to do anything. They are done. You just have to configure them directly into the web survey itself. So let's just take this couple of examples here. What does your ideal workspace look like? So this was an image, I believe. And as you can see, here it is. We're pulled in, and then the type is the image choice. And if you have a look at the related, which is going to be response, and we go in there, you can see we're pulled in. First of all, there's your question type. And in the JSON, we've pulled in the actual value of that image, which is what we selected, which is pretty cool. And Benny, talk to me about the JSON here. Why do we have that in there?
Yeah, basically, we are certain that some of you would like to do some analytics to analyze. Maybe you want to store the data in different objects. So what you can do, you can simply use a flow process builder, sit on top of our objects and read the data, parse the JSON, the key and pair, and then just store it like in different objects if you like. But again, everything is like fully out of the box. You don't have to do anything. It's there for you.
Yeah, that is literally, we'll reiterate that again. You don't have to do any of this. This is all done for you. We will do it. We will push it to Salesforce. We'll create the records. Your job is just to go and see, okay, well, what's actually come about of that survey.
The main idea is like zero configuration. You can also build like a nice server like with the Titan Web or Titan Form tool, but then you will have to do all the magic of the configuration and setup. This one is really, really easy to go. Like under 5 minutes, you can build like a server.
Yeah, under 5 minutes, and then it's ready to go.
Yeah.
So that's the web survey for you. Anything else you want to cover here, Benny, before I move on to the next topic?
Yeah, I think you should show them like the left side, like the slides and how you do the configuration. Like you click, you can change the order of the field. It's really, really nice.
Sure. So on the left-hand side are all your slides. One of the best things is you can move them up or down, just pop them around like that, and it's all drag and drop functionality. You don't have to do anything special. Yeah. And everything will move for you really, really nicely. If you want to add a slide, you click on the plus. This survey has been distributed already, so I can't add anything, but essentially, when you've got a new survey, you can add a new slide or remove an existing slide. One of the styling options you got here. Absolutely. So here you can go the styling side of things. Another interesting part that I think everybody really interested is the Smart V. Sometimes you want to protect, you've got some very sensitive data and you only want certain people to access that data. That's where Smart V comes in. And for those people who don't know what Smart V is, it's essentially, let's say I send you a survey, you click on the link, our survey will ask you to put your email address in there, and then we'll send you that two-factor authentication code to your email. And only once you've entered the two-factor authentication code, you're able to log in and access the survey. So security is paramount in this case, and that's the ability we give you. And you can configure this on any object you like. Another one is custom translation, page transition, all that kind of stuff you can do in there as well. So this one is pretty cool. So Benny, talk to me about this time limits. I'm sure people will definitely want time limits in case they're looking for a quiz or something.
Yeah, there's some cases where you want to create like a test or like a fast quiz. You want to make sure like everyone complete the survey like under a minute, for example. So we track the time when you start, when you finish. It can even be per question, per survey, and then you provide the limit. And like the main reason behind this webinar is to show you the tool. We're not going to dive into too many details. We've got the academy for it. Like everything is fully documented, like a lot of nice videos. And you will be able to access it like right after the webinar.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, these are all the time limits that are available. So you can make sure that your survey is available from a certain amount to certain end date, all that kind of stuff. And just to reiterate from that point of Benny's there, that you can push the survey either all the answers at the end or push them per slide. It's really up to you at the end of the day, either one. So that's
if you've got a very long survey and you're afraid to lose data, you can simply push after like every slide, after every question. And if it's like a short one, you can push it like when it's done.
That's correct. So that's the web survey for you. As I said, we can't go into every detail because all of that detail is going to be in the academy for you. So anything you're curious, you will find a video in there that will explain the cause and effect of that feature. So next up, we're going to talk about email survey. So this one I'm particularly excited by because it improves the response rate quite a bit. So Benny, talk to me about email survey. Why do we do this?
Sometime you got a very simple survey. Let's say one question: how do you rate the service? Will you recommend us? Or like a very simple survey, like one question. Usually after like an appointment, after like a technician fix, or let's say after like a case is opened or closed. So what we did is like we embedded the survey directly into an email client. So your audience will get an email. They will be able to click inside the email instead of clicking on a link and open a web survey. They will just respond inside the email. It's really, really nice. You just click on the email and then it's done.
And again, it follows the same method where just like in web, your responsibility is only to set up the email address. The number one reason why this tool I think will be popular amongst everybody is because everybody can do anything in there. In your marketing department within your company, you can just simply hand over this tool. They don't have to have any Salesforce knowledge. They can just install it, plug, play, and go, and start building some awesome surveys and get that data, because survey data at the end of the day is incredibly important to your company. So email survey, let's show you some of the attributes in there. All right, so let's show you a survey that we already have that we created for you. Right, so here we are. We've got lots of stuff here. I'm just going to head over to my surveys. And this is the new dashboard that's coming out soon. So when you click on surveys, you've got two types available, email or web survey. And for us, we're just going to simply have a look at our two surveys that I've got and open the email one here for you. So let's have a look.
You can close this like left panel on the bottom right.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, so here we are. So I've got three surveys here: satisfaction survey, and then Titan satisfaction survey. So it looks like, let's have a look.
Yeah, this is the email one.
Yeah. All right, so let me pull one up here because I've got one in my inbox. Let me just bring back. And have a look for you. All right, so email survey, the simplest way to set it up is like this. If you go into the survey and you click on email survey, go next, and this is where you can start creating your survey. It's very, very easy. So you can go email survey like this, and then go let's go. And here you've got your template, and it's really easy to set up. You can do add text or media. So here I can go ahead and either add an image in my email or text in an email. I'll choose image. And from here on, I can choose anything. For example, I'll choose the Lamborghini logo here. So let's go ahead and create yourself a cool survey, and then we'll show you how this works. And again, you can increase, decrease the size, but the template here is completely based on the email itself. So here the text goes. Now this is what I want to talk about, add control. This is what we mean one click here. So you've got all these different question types, and Betty, all of these are one click only, aren't they? So you just add, click and go.
Yeah, one click only. You don't have any input fields, for example, like just like rating, star rating, etc. There is like one question inside the email, only one. It's a fast email survey. You insert one and then you're done. You can customize the email quite easily. You can add like strips and add like text. You can add custom text, like personalized text from Salesforce based on fields, based on data, and images. Customized look and feel really easy, like with clicks only.
Yeah, so here what we'll do is we'll go ahead and insert this car. Let's just change the
it's the new one that you
size here.
bought, no? Yeah.
Yeah, I wish. So yeah, look, we've got this cool car here, and we've got the survey said, please go ahead and rate my car. Once you've got it, the next thing you need to do is have a finish slide. And finish slide is going to be incredibly important, because once they've created it, they need to know they've finished it. So let's say we'll go ahead and insert the logo here, and we'll add a text, something like, thank you for your feedback, something like that. And then once that's there, we are ready to go ahead and send our survey, because the email content is ready, everything is good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and click publish. And then again, you've got different distribution methods. We'll come to that in a second, but this time we'll choose object. Here we'll choose contact.
It's the same thing. Basically, the WYSIWYG editor is going to build you a nice email template. It's really cool.
Yeah, Yeah, and then here, the best part is that any condition you put in, you get to actually test that condition. So we'll go in here and we'll do test condition, and look at that. It's returned the record ID of that record. Very, very cool. So let's go ahead and click next. And then from here on, you've got the email subject. Now this can be dynamic, by the way. So Benny, let's talk more about this, because you can pull any field from any object in Salesforce into a dynamic subject.
Yeah, it's a personalized user experience, basically. You don't want to say like, hey, this is my server, like, please fill. You want to say, hey, Amit, you just finished like your appointment, and please give us like a feedback back. So you want to personalize everything. Everything in the survey tool is personalized dynamically from Salesforce, based on a variable, based on a conditional logic. Clicks on
exactly. And then once you've added the subject, you're ready to send. Again, be sure to do a quick test before you send it. So call this one test survey. Send now, and now it's sent. And again, it's going to do the same thing. Create the objects in Salesforce for you, the records for you in Salesforce, and this is going to go out to the email. Right, so it's going to come to my email address, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works. So here it is. Here's my email. It's nicely come in straight into my inbox, and there is the email. Now, one click, it's just that. Let's say if I click on 10, it's done. It's inserted that data, it's gone back to Salesforce, and then you get your little finish page available. So if I go back into...
There's also a nice feature with the email survey where we track if someone opened the email. Okay, it's really important, because then you know, like, someone opened and maybe didn't fill in. So there are like a lot of sub feature we cannot discuss now because of time limits, but it's packed with a lot of functionality.
Yeah, and then as you can see, here's the question, and here's the response, and in each of the response, you have the value, just like that. So that's what we're doing. We're pushing all of that data into Salesforce, and that's the email survey for you. And there are a couple of things I want to talk about in the email survey. First of all is the flow. So let's talk about the flow as well, because that's really the next part here that we want to look at. The flow and the dashboards. So dashboards are essentially what we give you. Chances are, when you've got the Titan survey product, every response, every feedback you get from your customer, you want to obviously do analytics on it. It's really, really important. So what have we done? We've given you that dashboard ability once you install the package. Let's say I click on dashboards and I've installed the package, you will get the survey analytics. Let's talk about this analytics here, Benny, because there's so much stuff here that you can really report on. And all of this is coming from Salesforce based on your responses.
Yeah, like we mentioned, zero configuration, not just like zero code, built in like dozen of charts, reports based on our like ERD, like on data models. We know how many you sent, how many open rate, completed rate, abandoned, like time. Everything is measured for you, so you can understand the data, like a nice BI system behind the survey tool. It's really, really important. You can also customize it, by the way.
Yeah, it's fully customizable. Whatever we give you, it's not something you have to stick by. I think the great advantage of dashboards is that no matter whether it's your marketing rep who's setting this up, they don't have to know anything about Salesforce, but they can just install the package. And at the end of the day, we will provide all the data for you that you can report on and understand how the responses and how your surveys are doing in that world out there. So that's so much about dashboards. And again, we will do a full video on this so you can watch and understand how to install all of that. Distribution methods. This is incredibly unique and incredibly unique. So we've got something in here where you can send your survey through a Salesforce report. Let's say you got a bunch of contacts into a report. You can send it to all of them. You can send it from a list view. You can send it from a Salesforce object. If you want to automate it through Process Builder, Flow, Apex, you can do that. You can also obviously use the standard publish via URL. And this is unique, Benny, because in a lot of the systems, people have to export from Salesforce, then put into the new system.
Yeah, export, create report, download, and then send the data. to a different system, which is not so safe because you don't know what they're going to do with the data and you want to stay safe. So with the distribution system, you simply stay inside Salesforce. You can easily filter your population and choose like a report or a list view or like an object with like a filtering system, and it's done. Just like few clicks, and then you distribute.
Yep, no longer you have to export data from Salesforce into a new survey tool, then back and forth.
Yeah.
It's all synced in nicely for you.
Yeah.
So we're keeping it under one platform for you with no code whatsoever.
Correct.
And then survey flow. This is pretty cool. Survey flow is used for, chances are in your any survey that you do, you will have conditional logic because you've got A or X or Y. And also in survey flow, we give you a flow which has two views. You have a custom or default. I'll show you in a second. And then the reason why this is used is to manipulate the slides based on your previous response. So let's sort of dive into it a little bit, and I'll explain what that survey flow looks like. So if you look at this little icon here, this is where you get your flow. And this is available in web as well as email survey, both. And the reason why we did this is obviously conditional logic. So this is like a custom flow. And many here, people can add different slides like this, and then simply write conditions, correct? So you can add a question.
Yeah. The best thing with the flow is give you like very flexibility with the ending slide and also like middle slide. Let's say you have a simple survey like how was the meeting? Like 1 to 10, it was very good, like 10, and then the end slide will be different, like, hey, thank you for sharing like a great feedback. I was happy to meet you as well. And if you choose like 1, and then you can direct and set different end slide. And then, hey, I'm sorry to you, like it wasn't was so good. Maybe you want to reschedule with me. Maybe you have like different feedback to give me. So you can customize the flow and have a better engagement with your users.
Yeah, and this is awesome because the flow is really easy to build. At the end of the day, you just specify however many questions you have in your survey. If X is the result, show them the Y slide. If it's that, show them this slide. And you can completely customize this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fully customizable and it's available. And we'll do a video on each one of them so you can watch how to set it up if you're not sure. So that's the email flow and all the flows that are available within survey as well as the email survey. Next up, how to get the survey tool. So let's talk about this. So if you want to know how to get the survey tool, you got to head over to Salesforce App Exchange. You got to type Titan Survey. And once you install it, you're done. So Benny, just talk to me more about this. Free for a year for first 50 users?
Yeah, free. We want to give back to the community. You guys pushing us, you're giving us a lot of great ideas, so we're going to give back. The App Exchange package is currently private. We're waiting for security review. Should be any day, by the way. It's like in the final stage, even maybe today. We will like beginning of July. And we can you can reach out to support and we can send you like a private link to install it, or just wait for the official release from Salesforce.
Absolutely. And as always, we really appreciate everybody coming along into this webinar, and we've got lots more stuff coming. So Benny, just give us some teasers, please, onto what's coming.
What's coming?
Yeah.
Slack, full integration with Slack, so you can bidirectional integration with Slack. Like from Slack, you can create cases, create contact, update something, everything within Slack, like native to Salesforce, bidirectional. Bots, we've got a really, really nice bot system. We've got flow system. We've got CLM, like content management, like for contract, like lifecycle management. There's so many, really. We need like another 1 hour, like only for those new topics that come. I think like every month,
we will.
Something new, yeah.
Yeah, and we will for sure. On everything that's coming out, we will do a separate webinar. We'll release it, have you guys play with it and give us some feedback. Right now, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and we'll answer them. yeah, any questions, we've got a couple of minutes. We're happy to answer them, so feel free to let us know ASAP, and we will.
Guys, thank you for really joining. Really appreciate the time again. You can send us like feedbacks. We're like really open for feedbacks, for modification, for additional features, requests. Reach out to support or to any of the guys you're working with.
Fair enough. And also, yeah, just got one question in there that's just come in. Can you show us how to bring text from Salesforce into a slide? Absolutely. We've done a video on this. So please reach out to support@formtitan.com and we'll hand over that for you. It's not an issue. We've got that sorted. Another question was, how easy/difficult would it be to handle anonymous surveys? Not difficult at all, because at the end of the day, we've created all the objects for you. You've just got to send it out via a link, and all that anonymous data will come into Salesforce.
Yeah.
That's it. Any other questions?
Yeah.
What is the cost for our customers?
If you would be fast, like the first 50, you don't gonna pay anything, by the way. So guys, be fast, send us like an email. All we want back is like a LinkedIn or like tweeting or like sharing in Facebook. We will send you like the details, like, hey, Titan is the best survey tool in the world, obviously. We will see it, and then you will get the license for free for 1 year.
Absolutely. Last question here. Can we set a completion date for filling a survey? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can set the start date, you can set the end date. Both are available. And after the first year, well, you'll find out. We haven't quite put the price on it yet, but
it's going to be very attractive, by the way.
Yeah, as a company, we've always delivered cost-effective solutions, so definitely.
Yeah, and whoever got the Titan suite, the Titan platform, enterprise customers obviously got everything. So just reach out to us and you will have it.
Yeah. Any questions you've got regarding licensing or anything pricing, please reach out to us and we'll answer that for you at support@formtitan.com. I'll repeat again, support@formtitan.com. Right, we're signing off. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. We appreciate you coming along.
Thank you very much. Have a nice one.
Thank you, Benny. Guys, you too. Bye now.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.